Howdy, 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 everybody. Theresa here. It is. I'm not picking my nose, I swear. This would be picking my nose. This is scratching the outside. We pick outside. I know. Anyway, it's gonna be one of those vlogs, which I'm gonna now probably thinking about starting over. Wow, I might have to retire this shirt. It's got more holes in it than Swiss cheese. But my favorite shirt, you know how that goes? Anyway, I'm not going to start this over. Whatever. Obviously, see the hair. It is January 9th, 2016, Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, excuse me. It's 12:18 p.m. and here in central Wyoming. It is a bright, shiny day. It is 20 degrees out. Real field temperature is 29. Whoo! I think they got those backwards. The high will be 23 and the low will be 11. Yes. I'm feeling a little... Sometimes when life throws you a curveball or hands you lemon, you just gotta really fight it and combat it and not let it just tear you apart. Hence the reason for the Funkalicious hair. I like on Saturdays, to do a Funkalicious hair, and you guys know that before I had my hair cut, I was doing ponytails or partial ponytails. Well, now it's long enough again. I thought, okay, I'll just do, partial Funkalicious hair. So, that's what you got, see? Anyway, yesterday. I can't go into details. And I'm not trying to be elusive. It's just, some things you just can't really, that happen to you in life, you just can't really talk about because there would be too many repercussions. Let's just say my husband was throwing a real curveball at his place of employment where we did not get a paycheck again. And this is not the first time that happened. And he worked commission only. And I can't say anything more about it because when the time comes and he no longer works there, then we can say more. But let's just say financially it's killing us. Financially, it's really killing us. He's looking for other means of employment for the rest of the time we're here. We're still moving. We have to. I would not be able to psychologically handle staying here. Neither would he. And physically and stuff. If you saw my house right now, my house is there are boxes sitting everywhere. There are just things sitting out. You know how you clean out something, you're like, okay, I'm going to need this. So this is sitting out. It is not set up like a normal house right now because we're in the middle of packing years and years of stuff and sorting through it. Well, mainly me because, he's at work. He does what he can when he's not, but, So anyway, that was very upsetting. I had a feeling it was coming. That's why the day before I was very adamant about getting enough dog food for the entire month. And like I said, we have really, really been watching what we spend, because we're just barely covering the basics and we're still, behind in house payment. But it is what it is. We're doing the very best we can. Like so many other people, I know that we're not alone in this at all. And I'm still got a positive attitude. I feel a little defeated, but, I am fighting back and mulling, and, not giving up. Life is still good and stuff. It could be far worse. So, you just gotta keep overcoming That's all you can do. And, you know, you hope things start changing and stuff. I mean, this is a really hard time for so many of us financially. So many of us just, you know, everywhere. So, yeah. Anyway, enough about that. I have to just, my main thing is so I don't get so let my anxiety go so high and stuff, because it's out of my hands. I'm doing everything I can. I'm economizing as much as I can. I'm getting ready to list stuff on eBay. You know, and my husband looking for other employment and stuff, and we're doing everything we can right now. So that's all we can do. I'm watching all the snow and ice is melting off of my Halloween stuff is still out because it's never unthawed so I could take it down. I'm watching all the snow and ice melt off of it, and it's just, the poor witch is just dripping. I'll throw her away anyway. She's so ragged from the wind and stuff. So, yeah, I know something just kind of catches your eye. I mean, I don't want to be one of these people that just come on here and complain, because honestly, some people's vlogs, you get on there and they are complaining about everything, and it's like, you are given so much and you're handed so much. Why are you complaining? And I'm not pinpointing anybody. And I know we all probably strike a chord in somebody where somebody else will think we're just bitching. And it's like, no, we all have our bad days and our good days and stuff. And, you know, no, I don't think any of my friends are complaining. So, or unduly complaining. You know, everybody's going through some different hard stuff, whether it's financially or just, you know, things are happening, or health-wise, or, you know. Anyway, enough about that. So last night, I decided in my infinite wisdom that I try not to emotionally overeat, but I wanted some comfort food. And at first I thought I wanted a big old fatty hamburger, cheeseburger. And then I thought, well, no, we can't really afford that, you know. Well, I've been seeing that Taco Bell had those crunchy slider things for $1. So my husband, I said, let's go. I said, I really feel like stuffing my face, and I knew he did too, because, you know, and I said, so let's go get, you know, because we're hitting the hard stuff here. Let's go get some Diet Dr. Peppers, and let's go get some of those. So we went into town, and I ended up getting a sugar-free cappuccino from the convenience store, or he got me one. But we got some of those, and I said, oh, I'm really hungry. And they're probably not very big. I'm going to order 5 of them, right? My husband said, you're not going to be able to eat more than 3. I'm like, well, I know I can, but if I can't, they can just go in the fridge. Yeah, I ate 2.5. Whatever. They're good, though. I mean, they're really bad carb-wise. I mean, my blood sugar was 119, which I know is still, you know, okay, but still, it was like, so, yeah, that was the whole thing of me eating and drinking. I hit the hard stuff. Sugar-free cappuccino, and, yeah. Oh, and I had a couple sugar-free bicycles that we had, you know. So, anyway, CJ, quit that. Why you do that? So weird. And then I worked on a hat. And my husband brought up a bunch more boxes out of the basement for me to go through, which I'll get to those in a minute. But what's on your loom, as my friend Dina says, right? Right. Well, I'm having a lot of fun with these kind of Easter colors. So, yeah. This is another one that's, you know, an Easter extravaganza, as you can see. So, yeah, seeing the underside of this is purple, but yeah. So I'm having fun with this. This is some of that purple yarn that my friend Mosquito Valley sent me. This purple right here, girlfriend. I don't know, I'll be getting all into the Funkalicious Easter colors. What else? That was about all I worked on last night. Like I said, I'm going through a lot of craft boxes. Let me talk to you guys real quick about one of the funnest jobs I ever had was I worked for Joann Fabrics before they closed their store here in town. And part of my job was to do crafts, so they could display them, whether it was sewing or painting or, whatever. So, that was fun because the company would pay for all of your material. Like, say, one time they wanted me to make this great big duvet cover. And it had a goose quilt, a goose down filled quilt, for, in the middle of it. Well, they paid for everything. And you get to pick out your material and any embellishments and stuff. And then they display it for a month in the store, and then you get to keep it. That was a lot of fun. And also, you would teach crafts, whether it was sewing. I worked a lot in the fabric department, mainly. Whether it was sewing or explaining how to do crafts, of course, painting, they'd ask you for a whole list, like I had background in cross stitch and ribbon embroidery and sewing and stuff. And that was before I did candle making. That's what first got me interested in that, actually. But you would put on demonstrations and stuff in the store. And also, one of my jobs was I did the windows. We were in a great big mall, well, the only mall here in Casper, Wyoming. The only indoor, the biggest mall here. So my job was to do all the windows. And again, you could use anything within the store. You'd go off of what was going to be the next sale promotion, and it's basically like seasonal, if it was getting to be Valentine's Day, Halloween, Easter, whatever. And so you're always thinking about 3 months ahead at least in the season. And, I had a lot of fun doing the windows. I came up with some really cool lighting and prop ideas, because I had done some of that kind of theater work in high school, which came into play, and then also in college. And no, that was before I had gone back to college. I've gone to college 3 times. Yeah, so, but it was a lot of fun. That was one of my favorite jobs. But my husband always said I probably spent more than I made because, crafts items were always on sale, fabric and stuff. And that's what I'm still going through. Is I still have fabric and stuff from when I worked there. Because you would buy it by the bolt. You knew when the sales were coming and stuff. And I've gone through a lot of the material because then after I no longer worked there and stuff for a long time, I did seamstress work and took orders on eBay and stuff. So I've gone through a lot of it, but I still am finding bags and bags of it. And all kinds of patterns I've never used. And of course, since I did do so much seamstress work and making things and selling like pillow, placemats, wall hanging, lap quilts, etc. I have a lot of the bobbins for the sewing machine, because I used to maybe I sit there and maybe fill up 20 bobbins, so I'd have different colors and stuff, so I'd have it set for a few days and stuff, because I used to buy the big cones of thread. Anyway, I'm still going through a lot of that stuff. So it's kind of fun because it's kind of a treasure trove as you're going through all these boxes and it's mainly craft stuff. Treasure trove versus some memories. Still going through some of the kids' old stuff. And like I said, I used to work as a cosmetologist, and I did a lot of nails. So I found a big box, and I had been looking and looking for it, of my nail polishes, you know, all my OPIs and stuff. And of course, you know, the nail polishes I just threw away because they're old. And but you know, I had I don't have it here, but a nail polish stand, you know, that tilts, which is really nice. And some of my old stripes and stuff, and that kind of stuff. Cleaned that all out. Like I said, threw away all the old nail polishes, all the old nail files and stuff. As the cuticle pushers and that kind of stuff, I of course kept. I'm going to be listing later on today. But like I said, we're pushing really hard to get everything cleaned out and everything sold and stuff, getting ready. So I'm going to be listing a lot of patterns too on eBay if anybody is interested. You know, so that'll be you know, something that and there's also not only just plus size pattern, it's also some children clothing patterns and stuff. So yeah, I found a whole bunch. Oh, what I also found, I was so happy, I finally found my jar of buttons, and I knew I had these, and you know, and I mean, this is just, and how old these are. This was marked 30 cents back in the day on sale, and this is probably, these are probably at least 30 years old still on the card. But I found a lot of really cool old buttons and stuff, that some of these I think my grandmother had. I mean, you know, some of these, I have some pins in there too. I mean, look at this old, you know, but yeah, some really cool older buttons that, you know, I mean, some of them still have a little bit of the fabric, because, you know, I mean, I'm still in the habit of that. If you do go to throw something away, you just will snip off the button. But, you know, but yeah, so goes to figure, now that I bought some buttons, that now I finally found all my old buttons I was looking for. That's okay though. So found that, cleaning out stuff. I was taking a break from that. I already cleaned out a couple of boxes this morning. I still have a couple more out there, 3 more out there. Found all kinds of extension cords. I found a bunch of junk that just, like I said, gotten thrown away. Trying to get this house cleaned out so we can, you know, put it on the market, get it sold. We need at least $5,000 for an RV, and I know that's not going to buy, you know, much of one, but that's all we think we'll be able to come up with. And that'll be a real struggle. That'll only be if he finds other employment. So, you know, like he said, it's a punch in the gut when you work for 60 hours a week for all month long, and they hand you a check that says 0. One of the things I wanted to ask is what are some of you other people paying a month for insurance? One of the things we're kind of looking at is, you know, once he quits and stuff, we're going to need to carry our own insurance. So any of you guys are paying for your own insurance, if not through an employer? I mean, if you don't mind me asking, and even if you want to privately message me on Facebook or anything, I mean, you don't have to tell me who you're through or anything, but what are you paying a month? We're paying $800 a month right now for the 2 of us. Yeah, which is really, yeah. So, you know, it leaves you so broke you're too afraid to go to the doctor because you can't really afford even your co-pays. So, Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering, if any of you are carrying your own insurance, if you don't mind, tell me what you're paying a month so we know kind of what we're looking at. Or where do we look at to get our own insurance? We've always had company insurance, wherever you work. So we're looking at different options. That's all I got going on, really. Like I said, I'm a little behind on hats because this, happened to push this even harder on going through all this stuff. Because I literally right now can't hardly get through my kitchen. I gotta clean all these boxes out and stuff. I'll find some more plus size clothes I'm going to put on eBay to sell, that things I haven't ever worn and stuff. But I'm going to launder them all first. So that'll be on there too. I will probably sit tonight and do a lot of listing. Because I have to take pictures of everything. And then I have to research everything. It really doesn't take me that long to do it, but it just... What do you guys got planned on? Something fun, I hope. You know what my hopes and dreams are? I know it's a long video, but you guys know. You guys are who I primarily talk to. First of all, let me say a big shout out for my good friend Deb and my good friend Dina for being there for me yesterday. I appreciate it so much. You guys let me vent to you. Little do you know that's what kept me going and kept me together till my husband got home, and then I cried. But it's really nice to know that you have a couple of friends that you can confide in and that you can trust that they're not going to go tell anybody else and stuff. And they're not going to make fun of you. And they were just there. I didn't need anybody to fix it because it can't be fixed. I just needed somebody to listen, and I really appreciate that so much because it meant so much, and I love you both from the bottom of my heart and back. What was I going to say about yesterday? What my hopes and dreams for the future are, realistically. I don't like living out here with no vehicle. The days are very long. I sit here in the house by myself. And I know a lot of people don't have vehicles. I miss having, but we cannot afford to run both vehicles right now. And the station wagon, is old enough and stuff that, it just makes more sense for my husband to take the Jeep. And I insisted on him to do that. And, I want to get someplace warmer, someplace where I could go for a walk, someplace where, I'd have more access to a vehicle, where you could go outside more, because, just new things to go see and do. As an artist, I really stumble because I've seen everything there is to see in Wyoming many times. I need new things to develop my mind on and to get my creative juices going more. I mean, I need new flowers, new trees, new leaves, new water, new ocean, waves, birds, new animals. I need, as an artist, you're always needing to grow and see, and, the eyes are really the window to your soul. And, we've been so strapped and stuff, we haven't even been able to go on any trips, even in the state or anything. And, I mean, we haven't gone any place in a couple of years now. And, so if your window is teeny tiny, you really have a hard time. Because some of the stuff you need to see and experience, be able to create through your mind's eye again on canvas or paper. And yeah, so I mean, I really, really crave. And also in this area, it's really hard to show any of your work I don't find it's a very cliquish, tight-knit artist group, and it basically is the very rich people that can afford to, to have their little cliques and, oh, I'm an artist thing, and there's not a true artist community. So, I miss that, just being with other artists and talking about artwork and seeing some of theirs and having them see our stuff, and I'm hoping to develop that more. And, even with the crafts and stuff, there's not a true craft store. There's Hobby Lobby in this area, and there is Hancock's. That's it. Unless you want to count Walmart in their small little craft section. That's it. There's no Michael's. There's no Joann's anymore. There's nothing. So I really miss that. But anyway, that's my hopes and dreams. And go do a lot more fishing, a lot more gardening. I'm the type of person, I'm very visual, and I've got to get my hands in stuff. I love nothing more than getting my hands down in that dirt. When I plant and stuff, I'm never wearing gloves and stuff. I'm always, and just the smell of the earth and just, yeah. Anyway, that's my hopes and dreams. I really appreciate you guys sticking with it. I will show you guys one thing real quick. Let's see. Let's see. I'll show you guys. And this is one of his. This is what a zero paycheck looks like. See the amount there, zero? Yep. That's what, and this is the first one we got, which was in October. And we just got one again. But yep. That's what a zero paycheck looks like. And yeah, I covered up the employer's name. I'm not at liberty to, Anyway. It'll all work out. It'll all be okay. And one thing I want to say real quick is, if anybody ever sees any of my hats on Facebook or on here and you're interested, just PM me or message me. And yes, you can buy hats. I have some of my friends who will say, hey, I really like whatever hat you showed. Can I buy one like it? And I'll say, well, you can buy that one. Because, they're all individual and stuff. I don't ever duplicate. And it's like, and I'll make another one. And the thing is 1/3 of all of the, minus the shipping, but 1/3, like say you buy a hat for $15. $5 of it goes back into buying more yarn to make more hats for donation. So it's a win-win thing. It gives me a little bit because it does help pay some of the bills. I haven't really been pushing it because the economy is so bad, and I don't want people to think I'm just trying to get them to buy my stuff. But if you see something you like, you can message me, and I'm happy to make something for you or sell you that item and stuff. So anyway, I gotta get off here. I have yacked at you guys long enough, and remember that I cherish you guys and I love you. You guys are my family, and I think you're awesome, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Hang in there. Bye.